So looking forward, obviously moving towards BIM level 3, whatever that is, moving towards BIM level 4, whatever that is. Maybe you can try and give us some clues about how you describe them. I suppose what impact has we've moved into a new political environment where we've been through the coalition of I suppose trying to really bring around I suppose changes which are I suppose collaborative. We're now moving into more of a really overtly market-facing Tory government, where the bottom line is the bottom line. We're really trying to chase the lowest cost. Has that got an impact in the way that this whole collaborative working moves forward? Has it got any? Will there be, I suppose, a move away from that emphasis around collaboration towards we need to really drive the market to deliver?
I think the fundamental need around urbanisation and population growth and all those challenges that we've got doesn't go away. That's not political. That's just life happening. We then kind of layer over a political strata, which whatever you're leaning, it is what it is. So we currently got a right-leaning government that we've not seen for 20 years. So we've kind of forgotten what it's like. And so we're starting to readjust and understand what that means. And the reality is, it is a reasonably Thatcherite government. They are massively hands-off around industry. So, we kind of are trying to consider what that means to us. But you got to reflect what's happening in the steel industry right now. That will start to teach us what's going to happen to us as we go forward. If they remain hands-off, that will tell us exactly what's going to happen over the next 5 years. For sure, they are going to be more hands-off. For sure, they're going to place more responsibility on industry. And we've got to respond to that. Whether we like left or right, it doesn't matter. They're in, and that's the domain and the game we're playing. So I mentioned earlier that the push from industry, the right-leaning view around what's happened so far is government's done its bit. It's put level 2 into place. It's created a massive pull. It's spent the money on the standards. It's made them available. It's trained. It's shared. Where's the push? And that will be the question that we'll be hearing from politicians, I suspect, around the response. And I suspect their appetite to fund more innovation in the future will be coloured by the response from the market. So I think the more we can do, the more we can coalesce around a consistent push, we'll see a better response.
Yeah. And your vision of the future, the BIM vision of the future, is based around really using data hard and really using the ability to interrogate and analyse that data to drive performance out of your infrastructure. Is the current industry setup, is it ready for that?
No, for sure. We've got a very traditional industry that needs to pull from other industries and learn. We've always said that if we're going to move to a true digital economy, only some of it will come from the construction sector. Other parts will come from technology, from aerospace, from automotive. They've been through these kind of changes. Probably the biggest one that I think we can learn from is probably retail. When we look at the changes they went through, 30, 40 years ago, the farmers set the price. Now, the supermarkets set the price. They've completely turned the model upside down. Is that going to happen to us when we start to drive some of these transparencies, some of these transactions through our industry? Don't know. That's kind of that's what we'll be looking at. Will the client start setting the price genuinely in the future around our built assets? And they're things that we need to start wrestling with. Once we drive this transparency, and we can see what's happening inside our supply chains.
So this is making sure that the industry is actually working a lot further up the I suppose the supply chain, a lot further towards the management, the operation, the delivering of the services.
Absolutely. Services is exactly the word that I was going to use in the response. We have to. I spent most of my career as a contractor, so just picking up a contract and answering the exam question isn't enough. We have to understand what service that client is going to deliver to his client. And if it's a local authority or whatever it may be, we have to understand that. Otherwise, we're going to cease to add value to his business, and he'll go somewhere else. It's as simple as that. And I think, we see clients becoming more intelligent around the data, understanding what data they've got. The schools, EFA have just surveyed every single school in the country. And that wasn't just because they wanted to know how many schools there were. They wanted to know what they had and how they were going to use those assets to deliver services in the future. And that's a very hands-off funding agency
Yeah.
needing to understand what they've got to inform them in the future. And that's just the beginning. We're starting to see lots of other, Highways England have got geometry data for the whole of the above ground asset base now. They didn't have that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They're starting to use that to base their decisions.